Okay, guys, so I'm back here to give you an update on the Magnum charger swap, and I've already made the cuts. And as you can see, this is the front piece of the Magnum that I cut off, and you can also see the front of the charger is definitely off. So as you can see right here, I'm already putting the front piece on. I know it's going to be a lot of things I'm going to have to scale down on. Maybe I have to scale down on the door a little bit and things like that. I'm going to definitely have to make some serious changes. But for the most part, I want to get the body together because that's the most important part. I think everything else, once I get it all together, will fit into place depending on how everything comes together. So that's how I'm trying to work it right now. I have used the cement, which is this JB Weld, which is great. I love it because it hardens up really fast in about 4 to 6 hours. So basically, I have been using this to kind of reinforce it and kind of get it to come together. And basically, once it hardens up, then I can go ahead and start to basically sand it down and to its specific, just basically scale it down and just make sure it is basically flush. And I'll have to go from there to kind of see, what it does and where it ends up. But for right now, it's looking pretty good for the moment. Not saying that I'm not going to run into a problem, because I definitely will. This is my first time doing a swap. So I do expect there to be an issue, as it should, because this is not an easy task. Like I said, I don't think anybody's ever done this before. So I am the first one to literally attempt this. So we are going to try it and see how it turns out. And basically that's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. So I got the cement on there, and it's going to harden into a metal. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just going to let that cure in about 4 to 6 hours, and we're going to kind of see where it goes from there. You can see the cement there. I definitely put it in thick layers. I'm not worried about it being in thick layers, because at the end of the day, I still have to come back and fix it up as far as sanding it down to kind of make sure that that everything is in place. Same with right here, because I also cut it right there. As you can see, I cut it right there. So I'm also putting some JB Weld there. I love this JB Weld because it really does work. And if you guys seen my video that I did on the Hess RV, where I took the RV and turned it into a where I took it and made the RV bigger. You could see how I you could see how it turned out, basically, as far as me extending the RV in that video. But I used JB Weld to make the extension to the RV, and it's been holding up very well. So as you can see, this JB Weld is a mixture of black and white. So as you can see down there at the bottom of the tube, there's black and white substance. And when you put it here, you have to mix it till it turns gray. And in that way, it gives you a more or less like a resin, and more like a hardener that you put together, and it forms a really steel-like bond. So that's what I'm looking for. And I think after about 4 to 6 hours, this should just about cure and make this rigid. And then I can go ahead and make the necessary adjustments that I need to put the car, together and everything. If I have to scale down the doors and do that, that's definitely what I'm going to have to do. But it's definitely a task, guys. So I just want to give you guys an update on the Magnum charger swap, to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing next in the lineup. Also, let me show you guys too, because I was also doing a little bit of stripping, and as you can see here, I'm still stripping down the hood of the charger, and I'm stripping down the bumper of the Magnum and the Magnum doors. So, I still got those. I still have to come back and strip those down as well. I'm going to have to put another coat of stripper down on this hood, and I'm going to put another coat of stripper on these doors and the rear bumper. So I just want to give you guys an update, and so this is a part of the process. So that's it. Okay, guys. So you saw me mending the car together. It is hardened up. It's been 24 hours. And as you can see here, I had already made the cut to it. This is the front of the Magnum that I cut off here. This is the charger front right here that's already on. As you can see, it's holding with JB Weld. So my cuts were here and here. I'll show you here and right here. And so as you can see, at some point I'll sand it down. Once it really cures, I'll sand it down to be smooth. But this is the cut I made to the Magnum. And as for the charger, you can see the charger has been cut from the front also. So that right there kind of gives you an idea of where the car was cut. And there is the charger front right here on the front of this. So I just wanted to show you guys really quickly the progress that's being made. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys too. Now, because I cut off the front of this charger to put on the front of this Magnum, Also, I had to understand that the platform under the bottom has to attach to this too. So this is the bottom piece that goes to the Magnum. I cut that off of the remaining part of the Magnum. This is the bottom of the charger. As you can see, it says charger right there. And you can see I cut the front part off, which actually goes from here to here on the front piece of the charger. So I cut it off. And as you can see over here, I have it curing right now with the JB Weld. So this part right here is the front of the charger, and the rest of that is the body of the Magnum. So I'm letting it cure. Just put the JB Weld on this morning when I got off work. So I'm letting that set for a couple of days until it actually hardens up. And then we can go ahead and start making adjustments and things like that. But I think while that is curing, I still have parts and things that I need to clean. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. And it's over here. So as you can see, I still have the hood of the charger that needs to be cleaned. This is the tailgate to the Magnum. This is also part of the tailgate. As you can see, I still have the bumper, the rear bumper, and the two front doors to the Magnum as well. So all of this comes from the Magnum, and this is the hood that comes from the charger. So just so you see, everything is bubbling up, and I am going to clean it and put it in a tub of water so it can be cleaned off. I will be using this door here as a guide as far as where the hinge is on this charger, because I'm not using the charger doors to go to the front of the charger. I'll be using the Magnum doors instead. So because they both bend in the same direction, the charger hinge sits a little bit higher than the Magnum hinge. So I have to adjust the hinge on the Magnum to make it higher so that it fits onto the hook of the charger. So those are the adjustments that I have to make there. So yeah, but this is just another update, you guys, to just let you know we're still going in the process, so you can see. And yeah, this is it. Hey guys, so update time. Now here is the car, and you can see that it is attached. The parts you see here is the parts that were used with JB Weld, and you could see it down here on the bottom. But see, the thing is, I'm going to use these spots to my advantage. As you can see, I have the doors on. This the last time y'all saw it, the doors wasn't on. That's because the plan at first was to use the Magnum doors, but these are the charger doors that I got on here, and you can see they fit on the Magnum perfectly. So I had to use the charger doors simply out of the fact that because it goes to the hinges that is attached to the front of the car. But as you can see, the charger doors fit the Magnum perfectly. And there's another thing too, and I just made this discovery that also, because I had to use the front of this, I also have to use the charger dashboard. So check this out. So when I put in the dashboard, right, I know the screen is moving around a little bit. That's because I got it in my hand, guys. So as you can see, let me open the door. You can see I have the dashboard in place, right? You can see everything is set. You look right here, everything is set, right? Okay, so this right here is the interior to the original Magnum wagon. This is not the Charger interior. So you see, I just put in the dashboard from the Charger. That's from the Charger, okay? That's not the Magnum's dashboard, it's the Charger's. And so when I flip it upside down, you know, see, when you're making a new car like this and you're doing a lot of mods and a lot of improvisation, this is what I had to do with this. So what I had to do was cut off the edges here. I had to make some cuts here on the edges, and I also made some cuts down along here. So I had to shave the inside up just a little bit. And so now when you do that, it actually fits like a glove. It fits on the inside. And then not only that, check this out. Okay, let me open the door once again. Look at that. The dashboard actually fits right over top of the over top of the Magnum's interior. So it fits perfectly. So I'm happy that this came, like, that is so on time. Like, I needed that. I needed that assurance. And see, now that I see that the dashboard of the Charger actually aligns with the Magnum's interior, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So you can see exactly right there how it lines up in the middle, the console in the middle, with the radio and all that stuff. You see how it cascades right over top of the center console of the Magnum. Now, mind you, this is not the dashboard from the Magnum at all. Let me show you the dashboard from the Magnum, so you understand what I'm talking about, so you believe me. The dashboard of the Magnum is right here. This is the Magnum's dashboard. This is the one I pulled out of this car. So just so you know, okay, this is the dashboard from the Magnum. See, now I have the Charger's dashboard in there because it fits with the front piece that I took off of the Magnum. Yet, behold, if you look, it actually fits inside of there. So it's still a work in progress, guys. So the car is coming along fine. And as you can see, the doors close. They close. You see the doors closed on this side. The doors is closed on this side. So the car is coming along fine. You know, I have no issues at all. The thing is, now I just have to make sure everything just basically comes together. But right now, I mean, it's looking good. It's really looking good, guys. And I couldn't be more happy with the progress of this Magnum. You know, the progress is really, it's really coming along. Um, so that, like I said, there's going to be gaps and everything. Like you can see, there's gaps here. Um, and that's to be expected because you're taking different parts of a car and putting them together against another car. So not everything is going to be solid, perfect, but you know, from what you can see here, even looking at it from this angle right here, you can see both doors are closed. You can see the doors are closed. So that's all I'm looking for. You know, I mean, I can take the gaps being in on the outside, but as long as I can see that this car is coming along and that it works and that it is fitting, like this is all I need. This is all I need. You know, so this is the progress report for right now. And I just wanted to show this to you guys so you can see exactly where we are on the Magnum charger swap. And as you can see, I've already made, see, these are the pieces that I shaved off of this right here, which came along the side and right here. So I just shaved those pieces off. And practically right now, this is where I'm at. Now I think my next move is to wait for the front piece because I totally forgot that the front piece, the rest of the front of the charger, I had to strip, and I thought I had already stripped it, but I just realized that I'm using the front of the charger, and not the Magnum. So I had everything stripped, but the front piece that goes to the Magnum. I mean, to the charger. So now I have to, right now as we speak, is actually under the stripping process. Um, Matter of fact, I can show you guys right now, you know, so you can see what I'm referring to. And you can see the charger is under the stripping process. I threw some stripper on it. So now I'm just waiting for it to break down. And yeah, so that's the progress right there. So hey guys, I just want to show you exactly what is going on with the Magnum charger swap. As you can see right now, it is a work in progress, but it is coming along just fine. And I wanted to keep you guys updated on that. So as the video comes together, you're going to see once I put it together, it's just going to be basically different updates, but it's going to all come together as one video. So more than likely when I put the video together, if I say anything about an update, it just simply means that another week has passed that I've done something. So, you know, it'll all be in the video. But you'll know that anytime I say an update, that just means that it's a week later, you know, and I have already prepared some stuff and I've already made some other changes and things like that. So just to keep you guys in the loop. Okay, guys. So this is it for now. Okay, guys, so now you can see that now that everything is bonded. Yeah, I just now ignore that because that's where the bond is. So it's still like areas right there where it's going to get painted over. This is just the prime right here. So basically that's what that is. More than likely I wound up priming it again, but I wanted to get that that done, and you can see that the bond has stuck, and now you kind of see what the layout looks like with the Charger front added to it. And you know, this is the rear bumper right here. So I didn't add the rear bumper onto it to kind of give you the full effect of what it would look like with the rear bumper attached. But let me see if I can get it on real quick. Just kind of set it in there, and just to give you guys an idea of what it would kind of look like. And let me see. Well, that's part of the bumper. Yeah, I don't think I got it all the way on for some reason, but anyway, you can see I got part of it on, and so you can see the layout. You can see this is not attached. I just put it on right there so you guys can kind of see the form. Now you can see that the form is coming along, and you see that everything is bonded. So it had to be bonded here on the pillars, and it had to be bonded here on the bottom. So I'm not going to flatten out this bottom here. I'm gonna kind of make it almost like I'm gonna kind of almost make it look like a kit, like the car has a almost as if the car has a kit on the bottom. You know how sometimes you get those kits where the sides might stick out right here, where they flare out right here on the side. That's kind of like what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this as sort of like a flare coming out on the side. So I'm going to have that on both sides of the Charger or whatever. Up here, as far as these holes is concerned, more than likely I'll probably have maybe like some overhead lights or something that might go across the top or something like that. I haven't decided yet, but either way, I'm gonna have like some type of lights up there to run across the top. I see a lot of like Crown Vics. I seen like a lot of old Crown Vics have like the big old light bar across the top with the bright light coming across that lights up real bright. So I'll probably do one of those. But you know, as you can see, this is kind of the layout, and when you look at the door, I had to go with the Charger door because it only goes with the front part of this car. Well, I tried to use the door to the original Magnum itself, but for some reason it would not it wouldn't work with the door, so I had to do away with the Charger's door. I mean the Magnum's door, and put the Charger door on. So when you look, you can kind of tell that they both don't align. I mean, they both are not the same doors, because you know the Charger door is kind of flush with the door handle, where the Magnum door has the door handle that sticks out from the body of the car. So that's the, the only thing that kind of offsets it. But, I'm not really worried about that too much. As long as I get the body on, and you see I put the hood on, so that way I can at least see how it's sitting, and you can see that the hood has already begun to set in. So as you can see, when I lift the car up, you can kind of see the body from here. And I got my finger on the front because, like I said, the front piece is not attached, so I have to hold it. But I'm just giving you guys an idea as to where the progress is on this. And as you also see, I got the hatch right here. I got to glue the hatch because the window I had to take the window off, and the only way to take the window off is I had to screw the rivets out of the window, which basically, in a nutshell, it just kind of made these two fall apart. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with that. But this is where I've come so far. Oh, and let me show you guys this. I want to show you this too while I'm thinking about it. So this is the interior from the Magnum, and as you can see, I already have the seats painted and things like that. So it's going to be a red and black look. So that's what I'm going to do with the car as well. It's going to be red and black. And I'm trying to figure out where the red is going to set and where the black is going to set. So I'm still in the process of trying to figure that part out. But, once I figure that part out, if it's going to be a half and half, or if it's going to be black this way and maybe red back that way, or maybe do a black this way and just kind of do like a splash theme on the front into the red, or make a red theme splash into the black. So right now I'm a little I'm still thinking on it, and once it comes to me and I figure out exactly how I want to do the red and black, then that's when I'm going to go ahead and proceed with the colors. But red and black is definitely the colors that is going on the Magnum. The only thing that I have to do is, because the dashboard on the Charger already is black, I think what would probably be best for me is to run over it with some Tester's paint so that it can blend in with the rest of this black, because the rest of this black, you see, has shine to it, and I don't want it to be a dull black dashboard and everything else in the car has a nice little, shine and luster to it. So I think what I'm going to do with the dashboard is just run over it with some Tester's black paint. Because actually one of these door panels were black, and I had to run over it with the Tester's paint. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the dashboard as well, and that is run over it with the Tester's paint so that it could match the shine and luster of the interior, and and that's about it. I may put some some rugs down in the car, some floor mats, if you will, some floor mats inside the car. But yeah, so that is the progress on my Magnum. I have not figured out which wheels I want to use. The Charger did have some wheels that came off that were black. I think they were black. I want to say they were black and chrome. Okay, so these are the wheels that came off of the Charger. Yeah, these are the wheels that came off the Charger. And these are the wheels that came off of the Magnum. So as you can see, it's quite a conundrum here because I have these wheels from the Magnum, and then I have these wheels from the Charger. And I'm not quite sure which wheels I should go with. I think easily people would probably say the black ones, since the car is already going to have a black theme with it, and it does make sense. But also, on the other hand, you could paint this one black and maybe give it a dash of red too with this one over here. If I wanted to go that route. I'm not saying that that's what I'm going to do, but I can do that. Or I was thinking maybe this could be all black and give it a red lip. Just give it a red lip. I could do that. Or maybe do this one all black and give it a red lip. There's many different ways I could do this. But I know for sure I don't want to go with a chrome at all. I don't want to go with any chrome because this car is not going to have any chrome on it. So I don't want chrome wheels on it. I want the wheels to kind of match the ambiance of the car and what its theme is, which is the red and black. So I want to stay within that theme. So I don't want to add no chrome to these and throw it off. I want at least to, if I use these, I'm going to add to it by at least making this part black, or taking this one and making this one all black, and kind of giving it a red lip. Or I could just do the inside of the dish part of this, because these are deep dish right here. You see how far they go in. This thing has this thing is setting deep. This one is probably setting a little deeper than the Charger to the inside. Yeah, I think the Magnum's wheels is setting a little deeper on the inside. But yeah, I could possibly go with these and we go from there. But I don't know. I have to see how I'm feeling and, what I think would be best for it. Because as you can see, the Charger wheels is much bigger than the Magnum wheels. And it could be because maybe this just is the front wheel. I don't know if the Magnum had smaller wheels and the Charger had bigger wheels to begin with. Maybe that could be the reason. But yeah, I'll make a decision on what to do with those. But for now, this is what I'm working with, and I guess I'll eventually figure it out. But guys, this is the layout. You've seen the Magnum. You've seen the Charger front insert already attached. So it is on. And you've seen the interior, so you have an idea of what the inside is going to look like. And then you also see
the wheels. So we're going to go with the same kind of theme with the wheels as well. But I just got to figure out which direction I want to go with it. And once I figure it out, then, I'll take it from there. But I'll let you guys go. And like I said, this is just another update. And when you see it again, it'll probably have paint on it just sitting. And you'll see exactly what color pattern or what theme I decided to do on the Magnum. So I am gone. You guys take it easy.